Hello everybody, I'm Ben Myers with Laurel Vineyards, and I'm going to talk briefly about growing French grapes in North Carolina. One of the great things about North Carolina and where we are located in the Piedmont is our elevation, and our temperature is about the same as in France. We're pretty close on the same latitude, longitude as France. If you go lower in elevation, you can get into a lot hotter climate and more disease, more pests. If you go too far north of this area, then it's going to be colder. You're not going to get the long growing season that we get here in North Carolina, in the Piedmont of North Carolina. So having that opportunity to do this is a great opportunity. One of the main things that we have to grow these grapes in North Carolina is a grafted vine. And there's nurseries in the United States that only does this for a living. We can seek those folk out and we can order in advance, tell them what we're looking for, and they will take an American rootstock, like our native muscadine grape, and they will graft it on with a French grape from Europe or anywhere in the world. And that's what we have here growing in the field in North Carolina today. Now when I speak about the graft, I'm speaking about this area here. This bigger bulb knotted area is where the graft was done. And then below the graft is smaller. That's where the American rootstock is. And then everything above this graft is the French vine Cabernet Franc. Vines are hand pruned, and we come in January and we start the hand work and we start cutting the vines, getting rid of the old wood. So we would make a cut here, take out the old wood that grew last year, and from that old wood that grew last year would be this little bud and would renew every year. And so this little cane will come up and grow and be 12, 15 feet long if we let it. We don't let it because it would get too tall and start hanging over the next row, and we wouldn't be able to get down the row. So we visit 8 to 9 times a year with little hand scissors, and we prune and leaf pull these vines. Now, the reason we leaf pull the vine is we want to get as much sunlight in on the clusters, the grapes itself, as possible, because the sunshine makes the grapes sweet. The sweeter the grapes, the higher the bricks. So the sugar in grapes is measured in bricks, not B-R-I-C-K, but B-R-I-X. So that's a measurement of sugar in a grape. Now when we pick one variety a day. So I'm growing 9 varieties. Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, you get the idea. But when we decide to pick Merlot, we're going to pick all the Merlot in the vineyard in one day, and it's critical that we get the grapes picked before 12. The reason we want to pick them early and get them picked before 12 is as the sun warms the grapes up, the hotter the grapes, the less desirable. We want to process them as quickly as possible because that's when they're going to be the best. The fresher they are, the better they are. You don't want to leave them sitting around under a shade tree for 2 or 3 hours. I'll get to that later. No, that's not the way it works. You have to handle it as soon as you pick it. The smells are so sweet and so beautiful. It's so fantastic to be here when you're picking the grape, and hopefully you'll get to come out to a vineyard one day and be able to see some farmer harvesting his grapes. That would be a great field trip for you, and that would be a lot of fun to be able to do that.